What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and happy Easter, and welcome to our $1,400 third stimulus check update, fourth stimulus check update, and daily news. Happy Easter! How is your Easter going? We're gonna be having our son Julian, who's 2 years old. In fact, he'll be 3 at the end of this month, April 27th. He's going to be having an Easter egg hunt after I film this video. And we're doing all sorts of fun stuff today. We're going to my parents' house and Laurel's parents' house for Easter and doing all sorts of fun stuff. I'm sure he'll be excited out of his mind all day long and probably have a sugar high too from some Easter candy. But let me know what you're doing for Easter down below in the comments. Thanks for spending your Easter with us, our internet family, our extended family here. Easter blessings to all of you and best wishes. Let's jump right in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on updates on the new upcoming round of stimulus. And don't forget to hit the like button for us, and let's jump right in. First up, Capitol Security is now reviewing more footage and also plans for the future after we had that deadly Friday attack with a car, as we had somebody ram 2 Capitol police officers. One officer died, and then the attacker got out of the car with a knife, and they shot him, and he died as well. So the Capitol is reviewing this and now determining plans for the future. Representative Tim Ryan said that the incident on Friday will prompt a further evaluation of the Capitol's security, which has already been under intense scrutiny after the January 6th attack. Tim Ryan is chairman of the House Legislative Branch Appropriations Subcommittee, which funds the Capitol Police and has shared oversight jurisdiction. Quote, I think everything is going to be reevaluated after today, Ryan told reporters at a virtual press conference on Friday. The groundwork is being laid for President Biden to cancel up to $50,000 in student loan debt forgiveness and student loan debt cancellation, as President Biden has already started this, at least a process of this. President Biden has said he's willing to do more rounds of student loan forgiveness, up to $10,000 of student loan forgiveness for the masses. However, very important Democrats, such as Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, are pushing for President Biden to do more than $10,000, up to $50,000 of student loan forgiveness. And I personally think that this starts the movement after this to other types of debt forgiveness. I've seen some comments that said that I potentially started this movement because really it begs the question is that if you're going to do student loan forgiveness of $10,000, and when you hear the senators and the congressmen say that this plagues people for years and years and years, and it's a debt that's really hard for them to get out of, it really makes you kind of wonder, can they do other types of debt forgiveness for people that don't get the student loan forgiveness, people that don't have student loan forgiveness or maybe already paid off their student loans? Could they do medical debt forgiveness? Could they do credit card debt forgiveness? Could they do mortgage debt forgiveness? And remember, the Democrats can pass these bills completely on their own. So a few years ago, student loan forgiveness was a joke. People would laugh about it, saying, yeah, like that'll pigs will fly when student loan forgiveness happens. And now President Biden has already done 2 rounds of it. I'll get to that here in a second. But it really kind of makes you wonder if we'll see other types of debt forgiveness after they set the stage with student loan debt forgiveness. Here's Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on doing more student loan debt forgiveness.
And we're here today for one reason. Student debt is just a huge burden on the shoulders of millions of New York students and tens of millions of Americans. And the bottom line is that college should be a ladder up, but student debt makes it an anchor down. For far too many students and graduate students, some years out of school, student loans and federal student loans are becoming a forever burden. They stand in the way of people getting the job they want. They stand in the way of buying a home, of starting a family, of buying a car. and they hurt our economy dramatically. Our schools here move mountains to work with students on maximizing aid and scholarship and doing what they can to keep their people out of debt, but the cost is too great. And here's the amazing thing: 93% of this debt is the federal government charging 7, 8, 9% to these wonderful students who I'll introduce in a few minutes, and to 93% of all students. For the federal government to make a profit on the backs of our future, our young people, is just awful. 2.4 million New Yorkers owe almost $90 billion in student loans. New York City, Long Island, Westchester, and upstate, it affects everybody. The average New York City resident has more than $38,500 in debt. The average New York State student has $34,600 in debt. That is a burden that is far too great. Our number is higher than the national average. So what's the plan? Senator Elizabeth Warren and I, who are carrying this bill in the Senate, and Congressman-elect Jones, Torres, and Bowman in the House, we have come to the conclusion that the President Biden can undo this debt, can forgive $50,000 of debt the first day he becomes president. You don't need Congress. All you need is the flick of a pen. And President-elect Biden, then President Biden, can make this happen. That's what we are urging to do.
Now, President Biden has already done three mini rounds of student loan cancellation or help. The first round was $1 billion of student loan forgiveness for people that have been defrauded by their college or the college went out of business. The second round, which was $1.3 billion, was for students with physical permanent disabilities. The second round was $1.3 billion of student loan forgiveness for 41,000 borrowers with total and permanent disabilities. Collectively, between the two, Biden canceled $2.3 billion of student loans for more than 110,000 student loan borrowers. Round three is President Biden also won't make 190,000 student loan borrowers with disabilities show documentation proving their earnings, as well as Biden will help student loan borrowers with FFELP loans who have defaulted on their student loans. These borrowers will be granted similar student loan relief as the CARES Act and several protections going forward, with no federal student loan payments, no interest on student loan payments, and no garnishment of wages, Social Security, and tax refunds for student loan debt collections for those in default. This is for over 1 million people. And now President Biden is considering whether to do a presidential executive order to cancel anywhere up to $10,000 to $50,000 of student loan debt per person. As we've seen Senator Chuck Schumer say there, the average student with debt, or the average adult with debt in New York, is around $34,000 as the average per person. When this happens, because I do personally think that at least $10,000 will happen, it's just a matter of if and when, or maybe I should just say when. I do think this will happen. I'll keep you up to date on all of this. And also, I expect to see a lot of movement afterwards. Maybe I started the movement on other types of debt forgiveness. Once they do this, it kind of opens Pandora's box to say, well, you canceled $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, and that burdens people for many years. What else burdens people for many years? Does mortgage debt burden people for many years? Does credit card debt forgiveness or does credit card debt burden people for many years? If you got credit card debt, how long have you had it? Most people will probably say many, many years. Will we see any type of other debt forgiveness in the future? And remember, you might think, oh no, that won't happen. But remember, people used to say that about student loan debt forgiveness. And now it's literally happening before your eyes. So this kind of opens the door to other types of debt forgiveness in the future. If you are a part of these first mini rounds of student loan debt forgiveness, remember we're expecting a mass round of $10,000 to $50,000 for everybody. that hasn't been done yet. I'll keep you up to date. If you're part of one of those mini rounds that I mentioned, the two ways to do this are to call your student loan service provider and ask them if you qualify. Or number two is to Google apply for student loan forgiveness, and you'll come to this government website, which is studentaid.gov. This one is slash manage dash loans, yes, slash forgiveness dash cancellation. Both of those, probably easier to Google it, but it's studentaid.gov. And here you can there's all sorts of more information here and possible forms that you can fill out for student loan forgiveness. Remember, they haven't done the mass amounts of the $10,000 to $50,000 yet, so I will keep you informed of when and if and the progress of that in the future. On the fourth stimulus check package, the infrastructure package known as Build Back Better, the White House says that the Republicans have struggled to articulate a reason to oppose the infrastructure plan, even though Mitch McConnell says that they're not going to vote for it. And Mitch McConnell says that not a single Republican in the Senate, at least, will vote yes on this next package, which kind of sets the stage for the Democrats to pass this next bill as well with the reconciliation, the exact same way they passed the third stimulus check package, which is just completely on their own. Just the Democrats in the House and the Senate passed that third stimulus check package bill, and we'll likely see something similar with the infrastructure package when all is said and done, as we have almost 100 different Democratic lawmakers pushing for stimulus checks to be included in this package. And we know that the Democrats can do that because, well, they're not even going to probably have to negotiate with the Republicans. They're negotiating with themselves, and they're likely to pass or put in at least a single stimulus check in this package before all is said and done, if not the monthly reoccurring stimulus checks that they're pushing for. Remember, in the last package, we had the $1,400 stimulus checks per person, which was the largest yet to date. It was the largest for children by a long shot, more than 2.5 times the previous $500 to $600 we've seen before. And adult dependents and college students were included this time around. We also seen the increase of the child income tax credits that provides now $3,000 to $3,600 stimulus checks or child income tax credits or checks going for children of America of $3,000 to $3,600. That was included in the package. Mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance were in there. We had an unemployment extension of $300 per week. We also had the $10,200 of the unemployment tax-free income that was in there from 2020. I'm expecting them to probably do that again for 2021 in one of these upcoming packages as well. That alone meant an extra $1,000 to anybody that had $10,000 of unemployment income last year. The average American that was on unemployment last year at any given time and lost their jobs during the pandemic made $16,000 in unemployment. So that basically covers the vast majority of people with that $10,200 of unemployment tax-free money. That means the average person that was on unemployment last year will get an extra $1,000 back on their tax refund or an extra $1,000 stimulus check, basically. It could be higher, though, if you're in the 25% tax bracket. That could mean $2,500 for you just from that one provision. And as you see, it's literally all the provisions I just mentioned, and there's really more than that. But there's the Democrats just included so many different provisions for different types of stimulus and stimulus checks and child income tax credits and child stimulus checks and mortgage assistance checks and unemployment checks. And we'll likely see multiple different rounds in the next package, the infrastructure package, when all is said and done. So I'll keep you up to date on all the upcoming rounds that are coming out in the near future. Thanks for sharing your Easter Sunday with us. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new episodes. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications. I will have a 3 p.m. video and an 8 p.m. video for you guys tonight as well, so make sure to come join us. There won't be an 11 p.m. video tonight though, so 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Make sure to come and join us. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about how you could get a $6,600 stimulus check or tax refund or a tax credit from the adult earned income tax credit. Click on that or one of those if you haven't watched them yet, and I will see you in the next video.